give some information about AIQS. And to be very frank with you all guys, don't evaluate or don't think that AIQS is equal to MRICS. The reason AIQS is only beneficial for the territory Australia. In Australia and certain other countries, they recognize, and that's going to be valued within that countries and the territory. Not like RICS. You know that one RICS is world recognized. Only I would say that very few certifications will be recognized all over the world. Something like RICS, MAICS, MRICS. Similar to that, in Australia, they are going to recognize something that AIQS as a best, professional in QS. And remember, when I was, mentioning something, I mentioned that RICS means Royal Institution, where RICS not only regulate or standardize RICS QS people, but many other pathways. But in AIQS, they are telling only QS. They do regulate only QS people. So when we speak about AIQS was introduced in very recent years, 1971. That formed within, Australia, where they identified that they need to regulate the people living or working within their territory and within their country. So they identify quantity saviors. And they don't tell that quantity savior mean one single professional. They listed plenty of professional. You can see that I picked only certain number, certain professional as a listed. But if you go and read the AIQS document, you will identify hundreds of professionals they listed. And they mention all these people, those who are working for a building, infrastructure, resources, utility project, job title as a cost manager, cost engineer, estimator, risk manager, project manager, contract administrator, cost auditor, construction manager, project manager. Everyone will be called as a QS. So they say that if you are working for so-and-so thing, and if you have so-and-so knowledge, then we will call you as a quantity savior. Anyone who is going to deal with cost part, commercial part, then they are going to name them as a quantity savior. So they identify all these people. And similar to RICS, and here also they started to deliver some kind of grades. In RICS, we have associate, member, fellow, and student, or maybe other grades, honorary. Similar to that, in AIQS also, they have certain categories or grades of people. Recently, in 2024 January, AIQS introduced new member guidance. In that, they introduced new terms called subscriber. And they introduced something called affiliate. So they listed certain category of people. They have student members. They have affiliate members. They have graduate member. And they have members and fellow, life fellow, honorary fellow. So they introduced the different grades of member. And most of us, we are here to go and get what? MAIQS, member grade. We are going to go and get MAIQS, right? So since 2024 January, AIQS, they are not only going to award MAIQS, but also they are going to give another designation called CQS. The meaning of that, certified quantity savior, which is highest rank of QS in Australia. If you are a member, you are below CQS. CQS is going to be higher than MAIQS. So they say that we are not only going to award MAIQS, we are going to give CQS for those who are going to come and attend the interview. But are we going to go for an interview? What is the procedure of this? How we are going to get that? So that's what we need to see now. So similar to RICS, as we learned, do you remember? If you have RICS accredited degree, certain years of experience, what is your route? If you have normal degree, certain years of experience, what is your route? If you are a senior personnel, you don't have degree, what is your route? Similar to that. In AIQS also, they have 5 pathways. In 2024 January, they released new guidance and they made many changes. Previously, we had only 3 pathways, but in 2024 January, they introduced 5 pathways. The very first one, if you are a person who got a degree, BSc equivalent degree, and that was accredited by AIQS, similar to RICS, that was accredited by AIQS, and you have greater than 3 years of experience, and also you have greater than total 5 years of experience, you can go and select a pathway called Pathway 1. The first requirement is what? You need to have AIQS accredited degree. And also, you need to have more than 3 years of experience. If so, you can go and select pathway number 1. When you select pathway number 1, AIQS say that you have more than 3 years experience, but less than 5 years means you don't have enough experience to go for an interview. We want you to learn some certain topics. They listed certain subject. You need to go, not only you're going to go on subject, but you're going to go to the AIQS website. You will pay a small amount of money and you will complete that topics subject as online. If you are going to complete everything, then you can prepare certain document, submit that to AIQS. They will invite you for an interview. Right? Some people may ask question. Ask me that interviews and the procedure and the submitted document, everything going to be same? No. As I said very beginning, AIQS is not with the level of RICS. It's considerably below than RICS. Because of that, they have complete different and simplified procedure. The second pathway, you don't have accredited degree. You don't have accredited degree. It's a degree, but not accredited. You have more than 3 years of experience. Now still, you can choose, go and choose pathway 2, but still you need to go and do certain subject within MAIQS, AIQS website. You need to pay certain amount of money and do the course, academic topic, then you need to complete. After you have a certificate only, you can submit the document to RICS through pathway 2 and go for an interview. Pathway 2, you don't have accredited degree. You have a degree, but not accredited. The pathway 1, you have a degree accredited by AIQS. Pathway 2, you have a degree, but not accredited. And also you have more than 3 years experience. Pathway 3, that is the most selected pathway by most of us. That pathway, they don't care whether you have degree or not. They don't care whether you have academic qualification or not. If you have more than 8 years of relevant experience, QS relevant experience, then you need to complete certain subject in AIQS website. Previously, before 2024 January, pathway 3, under pathway 3, you don't want to do this additional academic topics. Additional academic topics you don't want to do. You can see here, this is the example of our AIQS new guidance. Previously, pathway 3, you don't want to do anything. You just need to have the experience and submit certain CVs and submit certain document. You will be invited for an interview. But in 2024, they introduced new requirement for pathway 3 that you need to complete certain subject online. You need to complete certain subject online. So now, previously, most of the people selected pathway 2, pathway 3. In the pathway 2, they say that you need to do certain academic topic if you have a degree. So I have a degree from University of Peradeniya back in Sri Lanka, and I have more than 3 years of experience. But still, I need to go and do the academic topic around, let's say, the 10 subject or 15 subject. Why I need to go? The pathway 3 say that even though I don't have degree, But if I have more than 8 years of experience, I can directly submit that, prepare the document, submit that to our AIQS and go for an interview previously. But now, not only pathway 2, but also pathway 3 required for you to complete certain academic topics. So I got to know AIQ was working behind that. Maybe after July, maybe they will remove this requirement for pathway 3. So it was not introduced previously. That was introduced in 2024 January, and they identify some kind of concern maybe, and now they are going to remove this requirement for pathway 3 after July. AIQS, I heard that they are working behind it. If you are going to go for pathway 3 or 2 now, you need to have a degree or maybe no degree requirement. You need to have more than 3 years or more than 8 years. For both pathways, you need to do academics topics. You need to go to website and complete certain subject that required based on your degrees. For example, if you are a mechanical engineer, then they identified your degree as a band number 40. For that band number 40, you need to complete certain topics. So you need to do online those topics. Then you can come and submit the required document before your interviews. So including ethics, like RICS, here also you need to do ethics. Including that, you need to do some other topics because of your degree or because you don't have academic qualification. You need to do certain topics. If your degree is civil engineering from outside the Australian university, then they mention that your degree is band number 50. You need to do so and so subject. Maybe some other degrees, maybe project management degrees. That degree is band number 80. You need to do so and so subject. So based on your degree, you need to go and do certain subject. Then after that, you need to prepare 3-4 documents and submit that to AIQS. Submit that to AIQS. As I said earlier, this requirement came 2024 January only. So you see here, in 2022, they introduced this guidance. In that, they don't have, if you have pathway 3, whether you have a degree or no degree, but you have more than 8 years relevant QS experience, then you need to do the online ethic test, code of conduct. Then you need to submit certain document. You will be invited for an interview. But now they change that. You need to do certain subject. If you don't have degree, you need to do complete subject around, let's say, the 15 or 20 subject. If you have a degree, based on your degree, you need to do certain subject. So now they change that from this to the other one. As a next pathway, mutual pathway. So AIQS recognize certain institution, like institution of Quantity Surveyor Sri Lanka, or institution of Philippines, QS Philippines, or institution of Malaysia. Certain countries institutional, they identify as a recognized organizational. And if you are a member of that, you just need to submit certain document like letters and everything, do the online test, and you will get your MAIQS. RICS is not mutually accepted. But if you are not mutually accepted institution, then you need to do certain procedure, some kind of document and code of conduct online. Then you will go for a mutual pathway. You will get your MAIQS. You will get your MAIQS. And the last one, they have introduced the next pathway called invitation. AIQS for a senior management people. If you apply to them, you have more than 15 years of post-graduation experience in quantity surveying, and you never submitted anything last couple of 5 years. You did not submit any AIQS application and that was never rejected. Then you can go for a pathway 5, submit the document. They will ask you to submit certain document, do the online ethic test, then you will get your MAIQS. So this one, before 2022 January, that was only MAIQS. But after 1st January 2024, they started to deliver MAIQS as well as CQS, Certified Quantity Survey. Do you remember CQS is the highest rank in Australia and that territory? If you have a plan to migrate to Australia, I advise you all to do MAIQS. If you have MAIQS, that will be valued in high rank. And QS, RICS, if you have RICS, you can mutually get, not mutually, of course, considering that under mutual, you can go and get your MAIQS directly. And when we speak about document, for RICS, we say that we need to submit our summary of experience and we need to submit our case study, as well as we need to submit other CPDs and other documents. It's nothing. For RICS, these are the 4 documents. But when we speak about MAIQS, you are not going to draft any of such a very big document. For MAIQS, whether you are pathway 1, pathway 2, or pathway 3, you are going to submit a detailed CV, a professional CV, not like your job CV. In your job CV, of course, you might have mentioned some kind of unknown skills too. But when you submit for AIQS, they will ask question from your detailed CV. So you need to prepare a professional CV with a professional photo, with a professional font, with a professional color, starting and mentioning your experience in a latest experience to the previous experience. You need to mention that, and you need to prepare in an appropriate manner. We do guide the people to prepare it. You need to prepare a very good CV or resume. And with that, you need to prepare a small chart table. Appendix A. The AIQs say that you need to fill small document. Fill a document. So which company you work, what project type, what kind of period you work. It's something like a summarize your CV. What are the brief description about your duties, and what are the subject which is related to, and what kind of comments you have. If you have any comments, you need to put that. So it's a small document, Appendix A. You need to prepare that document as a summarize your experience. And this experience related to what subject, you're going to prepare that and submit that to AIQS. So the first document, CV, a detailed, well-prepared, professional document. And the second one, Appendix A, completion of the diary. We call that as a diary, a small document, list of document. With that, you need to submit all your certificate, degree, or master certification, and also any other professional association membership if you have, you need to submit that. And also a reference letter from your employer or your manager for last 2 years, and you need to submit sufficient support information and payment application, code of conduct, and also academic topic completed document, and a form, small form. These are the documents that you need to combine, and those documents should not go more than 25 pages. So everything, a detailed CV, a complete diary like the one which I mentioned below, and a certificate. The other documents are nothing. Certificate, the experience letter from your past 2 years company mainly, and also you need to submit your proof that you already paid the money through AIQ website, and you already completed code of conduct through AIQ's website, and a form, application form. These are the things that you need to prepare and submit that to AIQs. Tell them, I'm submitting this under pathway 3. So you will determine that through, like RSCS, you will send an email to AIQs. They will reply to you what pathway you are suitable. Then after you selected your pathway, all these documents you need to compile. And those documents should not go more than 25 pages. And you are going to submit that to AIQs. Once you submit it, you see how simple. It's not like RICS. They are going to be very simple. But the problem, the subject that you are going to mention, you see here, the form that you're going to mention, AIQs say that you need to showcase, you need to prove us you have an experience from certain subject. You have an experience from certain subject. If you are going to submit MAIQs, they listed certain subject. They have something like general, just a general knowledge or general information. And they have certain subject called basic. Like RICS, we have mandatory 11 subject, very compulsory for everyone. Similar to AIQS, you have certain basic skill subject. They are going to be, as a QS, you need to have basic knowledge about quantification. And you have basic knowledge about communication. You should have basic knowledge about personal, interpersonal relationship, code of conduct, ethics. And you need to have business management knowledge. And you have professional practice knowledge. You know the good thing? All these subjects that they are telling, basic skill, will be lectured under RICS. And not only that, you need to select 3 subjects. If you are going to go for a CQS, you need to select 3 subjects of core competency. So they listed, if you are a QS, you need to have some kind of project cost management competencies, subject related knowledge you should have. The core subjects are design economic, design cost advice, similar to RICS, design economics. Under that, they listed 4 subjects: strategic plan, budgetary, cost estimation, cost planning. Do you know? All these 4 subjects we will learn under design economics and cost planning in RICS APC process. And the second core subject, they say that contract documentation and procurement. And this subject related to procurement and contract administration. We have subject under RICS, contract practice and contract administration, same content. And the third subject, very important core subject, if you are going to go for MAIQS application or CQS application, you need to select at least 3 subjects from 3 competency, 1, 1, 1. You can see here, they have listed competency, core competency 1, core competency 2, core competency 3. So this is the core unit 1, core unit 2, core unit 3. So they have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, total 9 subjects. So they are telling that under each and every subject, you need to select at least 1, 1, 1, 1. You need to take this 1 subject under these subject, 1, 1, 1, 3. And it's compulsory for you to take basic subject. And it's compulsory for you to take support competencies. Normally, the support competency will come under basic skills. So it's compulsory for you to take it. So if you have taken only 3 subjects here, total you need to take 8 subjects. So you need to take other balance subject from this specialist unit. You need to take other subject from specialist unit. So most of the time, MAIQs or CQS people, they do select all the 8 subjects from here, and they do select 1 or 2 additional subjects. AIQs say that minimum 8. So you can select something from here if you want. And this one compulsory, certain subject as a basic skill. And also this support subject are compulsory. You know, computer services, you know what you're going to learn? We don't teach that subject. What is that? Fundamental basic knowledge about using Excel, Word, how to operate, what are the things. This is what. And the construction technology, next one. As a QS, it's a supportive competency, compulsory for you. So we will learn 1 subject on RICS, construction technology. Right? You need to take that. Government regulation and laws. That's related to how to handle the laws and legal things. So everything will be lectured under RICS. So that's why most of the people, when they go for RICS, when they prepare for RICS, as a side things, they will prepare for MAIQS. And they know that one. Everything that we are learning under RICS will cover MAIQS requirement. So for an example, you have account management mean final account, interim account management. The construction change management, we will learn under project finance. It's a very simple part of project finance. So all these subjects, what you are going to do, you will learn under RICS. While you prepare for RICS, you can prepare this document. And most of the time, people, they don't study. They don't study. They don't specifically study, they do prepare the document. Only exceptional, what is that? Ethics. Code of conduct, it's different than RICS. So you need to do online code of conduct and you need to prepare for that question related to AIQS code of conduct, and all other subject will be covered under RICS. If you learn them, if you identify and lectured or you got a knowledge from them, you don't want to do anything. Because IAQ has developed the guidance note, in that everything will be covered, everything. So simply, if you are learning RICS, you can go for MAIQS too. So you need to select minimum 8 competencies minimum, exceptional, basic as well as support competency. Excluding that, minimum 8. But if you are going to go for a CQS, from these 3 subjects, you need to select one at least. So if you took 3 subjects here, then you can select other 5 subjects from these specialist unit. But most of the time, people will not go for that. It's going to be extensive learning and everything. As we all are expert in that, most of the time people select 7, 8, 9 subjects. All of these 8 subjects are within this. And supportive, basic, then done. You selected all the subject, then you will go sit down and answer to them. So as I said earlier, all the subjects that you are going to learn under RICS will cover your MAIQS. To be very frank, RICS you will learn many things. Under that, MAIQS required subject will be covered. Because RICS is very broad. So simply, you just need to prepare that CV. You just need to prepare the Appendix A, detailed diary. And also you need to submit other documents required by AIQS. That's not going to be more than 25 pages. Your certification, your code of conduct, your experience letter, CV, detailed CV, professional, and that Appendix A, you will attach them and send that to AIQS. Once you submitted them, what they will do? They will invite you for an interview. Where the interview is going to be conducted by 3 people like RICS. All those 3 people will be MAIQS, where there will be a chapter president. They know UAE, we have a chapter, or GCC chapter, right? MENA chapter. Chapter president will attend, or maybe vice president, or maybe their nominated deputy will attend. So 3 people will come there. And if you are going to go for a MAIQS, then you will have only 45 minutes interview. If you want to go for a CQS, then your interview will go for a 60 minutes. And not like RICS, here, the very first 5 minutes, there will be introduction and welcome and speech. So you already consume 5 minutes. And the next 10 minutes, not like RICS, where you need to prepare a presentation and deliver about your case study. But here, for the next 10 minutes, you will come and explain about your experience. You will come and prepare some kind of notes, and you will come and explain about your experience. You will speak about from where I learned, what I learn, from where I started my experience, what I'm working, what I'm doing. And for 10 minutes, you will prepare that. Then after that, the next 20 minutes, the panel will ask you a question. From where? From your CV and from your Appendix A, diary. In that diary, when you fill that, for each and every company I work, and now from this period I work, while I was working for this company, I handled change management. This one's related to change management core competency. So they will ask question, what is change management? You learn already under RICS, you will answer to them. So next 20 minutes, they will ask question, and finally next 10 minutes, they will make some kind of general discussion, and total 45 minutes. Previously, we had only one 45 minutes interview, but now AIQS made that to total 60 minutes. All the candidate who's going to submit for MAIQS, they will submit, prepare and submit for CQS. The panel will continue the interview for 60 minutes. 5 minutes for normal discussion. Then next 10 minutes you have experience explanation. Then 35 minutes, they will ask question from your Appendix A. Then finally 10 minutes for final general question. If you did not achieve the CQS level, then they will give you MAIQS. They will tell that, no, we extended 10-15 minutes additional time. We asked some kind of, some more detailed question. You did not achieve that one, but we believe we can give you MAIQS. So they will give you MAIQS. You can come home with MAIQS. It means that you're not going to receive that income, but you will receive MAIQS. If you achieve successfully satisfy the assessment panels, satisfy all the information, you answered very well, but normally all the RICS preparation people, they will get their MAIQS, CQS first attempt, right? That's a very simple thing I can tell you. Sometimes people will get their MAIQS, CQS, but they will not get RICS, right? So you will go for an interview. They will have a small discussion and ask the question from that to your CVs and other things. You will answer to them. And finally, you will receive your designation. Dear Muhammad, congratulations, you got MAIQS, CQS. Or maybe if you did not fulfill the level of CQS, they will award MAIQS. And it's very rare. Even AIQS say that out of 2/3 of their submission, almost 60% of the people, they will get their MAIQS from the first attempt. 60%. So if you are fluent in RICS lectures, information and everything, then you can submit the things confidently. You can go get your MAIQS, CQS. And as I said earlier, remember, this MAIQS, CQS valid not within GCC mostly. And that's going to be valued within the Australia as well as the territory approved or within that region. Because of that, most of us, we don't show our interest towards. But I do encourage people, if you are a APC RICS candidate, please go and follow that and you can get it very easily. It's nothing. If you are a person who prepared for RICS, that's going to be nothing. You don't want to specially prepare any document, a detailed professional CV and a diary appendix A. You just need to fill that lines up to your experience and some of the other supportive document. And if you are going to go before July, this 2024, you need to do academic topics. That's what new requirement from AIQS. But in soon, we believe that for pathway 3, that requirement will be removed. Let's believe and pray for that to be removed. Right? That will be easy for all of us to go. Otherwise, you need to go and complete certain subjects. For that, you need to pay money to AIQS and you need to do the things. Okay? Right. This is the AIQS interview procedures. With that all, we came to the last point. Before we move to final things, I would like